Black Widow. If you didn't know, it's coming out pretty soon, less than 2 months. It's really crept up on us. It feels like Endgame was like yesterday, like a month ago at least. So that's it. Far From Home just completely, it's just not in my head. It was a very, very average film. But Black Widow, the next film basically after Endgame, in my opinion, even though it's sort of a prequel, so it's sort of not the next film, but I think it's sort of it's laying the flag for Phase 4, and I think that the success of the future of Marvel is being held on this film going forward. I think it's a good thing. They're using a known character, you know, a good character. She's had a lot of development over the years. I just worry that people are going to say that if this film doesn't make like $800 million or $1 billion, then it's a failure. I don't think that's true. If they've made this for like 150 million, then after like 450, the film's done pretty well. So hopefully this will be a good film. The first trailer looked good. The second trailer looked good. So other than the free-falling scenes, they looked really bad. But other than that, the trailers have looked very Winter Soldier-esque. So let's get to this final trailer, because I guess it is coming out sooner than everyone expected. And everyone's like, oh wait, there is this film. This is coming out soon. Like I said, it feels like Endgame just happened. And it was so heavy and emotional that this one just sort of flew under the radar a bit. But if it's good, it will get people in seats. Let's get to it. Let's go.
I tell people my sister moved out west.
Oh, this
You're
Florence
a
Pugh.
science teacher. Your husband, he renovates houses?
Well,
You're thinking about moving, but you're gonna wait until the interest rates go down.
That's not my story. Before I was an Avenger, I made mistakes. And a lot of enemies.
His call sign's Taskmaster. He controls the Red Room. They're manipulated.
oh, he
Only
controls the
conscious,
Red
no
Room.
choices.
Right.
I should have come back for you.
Oh,
How many others are there?
oh.
Enough.
We have to go back to where it all started. So they never do that to anyone again.
We're a family. We fight with you.
You won't win.
I've always found it best
Whoa, wait, those were...
not to look into the past.
Huh.
Okay, you got a plan, or shall I just stay duck and cover?
My plan was to drive us away.
Well, your plan sucks.
And, oh, wow. Wow. I should have thought that they were going to do this type of
At
stuff.
some point, we all have to choose between what the world wants you to be.
Oh, her as well,
and who
again.
you are.
Spice.
I made my choice.
Don't show the freefall scene. Please don't.
I'm done running.
Different shot of the scene, so...
Here's what's gonna happen.
Natasha, don't slouch.
I'm not slouching.
You're going to get a back hunch.
Listen to your mother.
Oh my god, this.
Up.
All right, enough. All of you.
I didn't say anything. That's not fair.
You know, they're trying to run the comedy in this. I'm not sure that it's fully there because of the type of character she is. Like, she's very dry humor a lot of the time. She can be funny, but I think that if everyone is going to be like that, then it sort of doesn't work all the time. But I think that definitely the best trailer so far, especially the music, just the music alone, it was unique and different from the other stuff, at least from what I can remember. And it seems like she's got her own like theme here with the soundtrack, at least. Started off, you know, I mean, very mundane, talking about interest rates and being a doctor. The stuff with Taskmaster, though, that actually has hyped me up for this film. That, along with Black Widow, you know, this being a Black Widow film, but Taskmaster, the way they've decided to use him here, as long as they don't kill him, or her, I don't know if it's him or her, as long as they don't kill him in this film, this guy could be a foil for the entire MCU for time to come. Because the fact that he's obviously fought Steve, He's fought Captain America, maybe Falcon, and Winter Soldier, and got away. He's fought them and not been thrown in jail and survived, and kept running the Red Room, which now he runs, which is crazy. He's also fought Black Panther and survived because mans were using vibranium claws. They might not have been vibranium, but he was using the claws as a weapon against Black Widow's dad, David Harbour, in the trailer. And then he was also using a bloody bow and arrow. They basically chucked all the non-hyper-powered people into this one guy because he mimics everyone's skills, power sets, as long as they're human. Like, he can't become Thor because he saw Thor pick up the hammer. You know, he can't fly because he saw someone fly. But he can mimic people's skill sets, the way they move, the way... It's a very, very interesting power. And one which I've wanted to see translated to screen, but I didn't think they would do it justice. But from what they've shown in this trailer, I mean, this looks spicy, especially Taskmaster. Looks a bit like a Power Ranger, honestly, from the design. I don't hate it, but it's a bit Power Ranger-y. I mean, then there's David Harbour, who's like Captain Russia, basically. I mean, he's like red something, but he's basically Captain America, but like the Russian version. Florence Pugh, I think, is the person who's obviously going to take over as Black Widow going forward. I don't know if they're going to call her Black Widow, if they're going to call her White Widow, what's going to go on there, but the future of the Black Widow franchise and the character lies probably in her sister. And then William Hurt, Kaj, just for the fun of it, pops up for like 1.3 seconds. That's it. Maybe he's working with Taskmaster, maybe he's working with Black Widow. I don't know, but a lot of good stuff here, so I'm actually hyped. I was feeling a bit flat about this, honestly, because the trailers, especially the fact they kept on using that free-falling scene in every bit of marketing. And I think maybe they finally got the got the understanding of people being like, it really doesn't look that good, stop using it. It's not a selling point. And they changed the shot of it, they made it look slightly different from the aspect of the trailer at least, and it looked better. Anyway, guys, that was my opinion. Pretty good, pretty solid. I'll probably see this. I mean, it's weird, isn't it? Because up till Far From Home, I watched every single Marvel property, MCU property, in cinemas, other than, I think, the first Captain America. I think that's the only one I didn't see in cinemas. And it's become, over a long period of time, one of my favourite MCU films. But, yeah, I've seen every Marvel film in cinemas. And I regret it without Man and the Wasp and Captain Marvel. And the Hulk to a degree. But it was okay. It was okay. I think there's this sort of finished feeling with the MCU at this point because of what happened with Endgame. And it's going to be hard for them to push on and keep on producing billion-dollar films or films that make hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars just cash. Like, if Avengers Endgame had come out and it had been a sack of potatoes on screen, it still would have made $100 million opening weekend. It doesn't matter what... People would have been like, I want a refund. But it would have made $100 million opening weekend. Cut off after the first week, second week would have paid like 10 million. But that opening weekend, it would have made a shit ton of money regardless. I don't think that's the case with Marvel films anymore. I don't think it will be because of all the hype that was built around the end point of Endgame. And now it's like you're starting anew, but you're starting anew with characters who no one has any idea about. Like, when you started with Iron Man and Captain America and Thor, they're like BC level heroes, so like the general public know who Thor is. Even if they've never read a Thor comic book, they'll be like, yeah, that guy, the god who has thunder, yeah, they know who that is. Captain America, everyone knows who Captain America is. Iron Man, even though he's not the most popular superhero, people knew who Iron Man was. He's not some D-list superhero, you know? The Hulk is probably an A-list superhero, honestly, in terms of comic book and cultural awareness prior to the MCU. But other than that, Marvel don't have a ton of B-list superheroes that they batted with from the start. And now they're basically scraping the barrel with literal D-list, E-list, F-list superheroes. Not Black Widow, she's like a C-list, I'd say. Some people would have known her in the general population before the films came out. But, you know, when you look at stuff like The Eternals, when Guardians of the Galaxy came out, people were like, what is this? I was like, what is this? I've heard of this, but I've never read the stuff. But the Eternals and Shang-Chi, characters who people really have no clue about or no care about. And I think that might be a sticky point going forward, but I hope it's successful. Anyway, guys, I'll end it there. If you did enjoy this video, please do like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel down there. If you didn't, then Black Widow herself will come after you. You don't want that. You really don't. Man's an assassin. She still has that tendency. She still has those traits. You don't want that. You really don't, so just subscribe anyway to avoid that. And I've been NarendraTheComic. You've been great. I'll see you next time. That's tomorrow if you don't know. I make a video every day. Been doing it for over 650 days and we are not stopping. No, not stopping till we get to 10,000 subscribers. So subscribe. It would be great. It would be amazing. It would help me out. If you want to help someone out, then just click subscribe and help me out. Yeah. I'll be here. I'll be here tomorrow anyway, because I'm here every day. I'm here every day posting more quality shitty content, because that is what we do. More shit, more quality, more content. More content. Every day. I can guarantee you one thing. I can certify. This thing is certified, what I'm about to say. Don't expect great content, but expect content. There we go. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Skadoosh.